Orioles fans, are you ready for Birdland Mailbag with your pal Joe Rossano? Joe Rossano's Orioles report for the brilliant Michael Sullivan, the handsome Matt Faulkner. I am Joe Rossano. So, what we are going to do here, folks, is we are going to start off with a little bit of commentary here. All right. So, basically, what I've gotten from O's fans is Mike Elias fired. Craig Albernaz should not have been hired in the first place. And let's see, what else did the Orioles mad at? Starting pitching is terrible, the strikeouts, etc. So, yeah, that seems to be a bit of a problem. So we're going to delve into all of this now. And before I do, I'm just going to jump on here real quick. Quick test, make sure everything's working good. And it is. So those fans basically look, Buck Showalter and Ryan Ripken did an interview the other day, and I knew what they were going to say. It's April, it's early. They always say that. And it's not, they're not wrong. I mean, it is fake. It is early. Okay, but at the end of the day, when the chips fall on the table, we get down to the brass tacks. The only way you win to get to the postseason is pitching. It's pitching. I mean, really, I've seen some really bad hitting teams or teams who bunted all day and went to the postseason. The Oakland A's. Remember Moneyball? Hudson, Mulder, Zito. And then to Chad Bradford in the eighth, to Billy Koch in the ninth. Ball game. That's how it happened. That's how it happened. Let's talk about the Orioles. Okay, no problem. Kyle Bradish, fifth runner-up in the Cy Young in 2023. Kyle Gibson won 15 games. I think Dean Kramer won 13 games. Yanier Cano in the eighth. Felix Batista in the ninth. Ball game is over. Ball game is over. No Pete Alonso. Okay. Colton Cowser played very sparingly during that season. I mean, no Taylor Ward. Again, no Samuel Basayo. Right. And they won 101 games. And I got to tell you, those fans got a little bit of a problem here. So I'm going to do your questions and comments now. And if you could be so kind, please, high five, as my friend Sean Ferguson from Orioles Today says. Please click the subscribe button. Please like, comment. I'll read them right here on the air, but I'm going to right now. Please share with your friends this amazing knowledge that I give every day. And please click the notification bell for our latest episodes of the Joe Rossano's Orioles Report with Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner. So, okay, here we go, folks. Let's get underway with your questions and comments. May need my glasses, guys. You'll see some of you. I don't have an arm like yours. I got to do anything I can. Someday you will too. So here we go. Too early to say Baz is not a number one. I don't think he will be, but time will still tell. I lean with Mike. Elias has been in charge for 9 years. Mike, be honest. A change needs to be made. Okay. All right. So, folks, here we go. Think about this now. Shane Baz, don't say he's not a number one. He's not. And will time tell? I mean, heck, time will tell if Joe Rossano here is going to be a number one starter or not. I mean, who knows? But Elias is now, this is very interesting. Okay. Elias has been in charge for 9 years. Be honest, a change needs to be made. And I think when he says Mike, I think he's talking about the brilliant Michael Sullivan, which, by the way, Michael Sullivan, that my co-host, is Michael. I mean, he don't even like when I call him Mike. Everybody call him Mike now. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Elias has been in charge for 9 years. I think it's 8, but let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say 8. Okay, I'll address the brilliant Michael Sullivan because you and I go back and forth about this Mike Elias thing all the time. 8 seasons, the only thing he's done in 8 seasons is lose 5 postseason games. That's it. 8 seasons, 2 to the postseason, swept out of both. I mean, in the real world, you probably don't keep your job there. And I don't know what it is. I think like Rubenstein, this is what I think it might be. Mr. Rubenstein, love to have you on, sir. David Rubenstein, the Orioles owner, is not, I just don't think he's experienced enough to want to terminate Mike Elias and then just be stuck there holding the bag with nobody else who knows what they're talking about. But, that is an interesting point. Mike Elias has been with the organization for 3 darn seasons, and he has yet to win a playoff game. I think that's a pretty good one. Here we go. We got Fresh Bone 44, Big Mike. If you've been running an organization for 8 years and haven't won a single playoff game, it's time for a change. I agree. It's unlikely, but respectable organizations would. Funny you should say that. Now, here's the thing. Okay, I love the Orioles. Why I do this. However, do you ever notice when anybody comes to this team, they seem to catch Orioles disease? Yeah. Any other organization on the planet Earth that has baseball players, he is probably terminated at this point. He really is. 8 seasons, that's a reasonable number. For Pat Gillick, didn't take him that long. Dan Duquette didn't take him that long. And yeah, everybody thinks he did this great thing. Gunnar Adley, Colton Cowser, Heston Kjerstad, Grayson Rodriguez. I got to tell you, really, it's, that's not a lie. Yeah, 8 seasons, no playoff game. And right, think about this. What did the Orioles do twice last season? Are you ready for this? They trade Sir Anthony Dominguez, after game 1 of a doubleheader, and he pitches against them the next game. I need to pause. Who does that, O's fans? Who does that? Really? They trade a high-level arm. He's a closer now, so he could pitch against them the next day. They trade Kittredge to Chicago so he could pitch against them 4 days later. I don't know. Sometimes it's just these things just make me laugh. These things just make me laugh. Okay, let's move on to the next here. What do we got? Oh my, we got Shut Yo Mouth 322. We like Shut Yo Mouth. Oh, there we go. Fun fact that many O's fans forget. On May 31st, 2024, the Orioles had a record of 27-27. They ended up making the ALCS that season. Everyone needs to breathe. Shut your mouth. I'm going to tell you now, you probably shouldn't have opened it. And the reason I tell you that is this. Now, we appreciate you writing in. You can't compare the 2014 team to the 2026. Really, you're talking Chris Tillman, Chris Davis, Manny Machado. It's just Adam Jones. It's a completely different team. Darren O'Day with a 1.4 ERA coming out of the bullpen. You can't compare it. It's completely different teams. Yeah, it's completely not even in the same ballpark. So yeah, I get it. The Atlanta Braves back, I think it was 2021, or about 500 at the All-Star break, and they won the World Series. I'm not saying it's impossible. All right. But the Orioles don't have DeGrom, Max Fried, and Brian Wu as their top 3 starters. That would be a different story. Then I would tell you, hey, look, they could still win 100 games. But they don't. So I can't. Thank you for writing in there, Shut Yo Mouth. Let's see here. All right, who do we got next? We have Charles Finnell, 978. Fire Elias. His draft picks have been awful, especially when they were the top picks for 3 years. Kjerstad was second in his draft year. Charles, okay, you know what? Let's consider the matter. Colton Cowser. I can't. He can't hit an off-speed pitch. He's on his way to the minor leagues, right? Heston Kjerstad, he got hit in the head. Okay, all right, but he wasn't hitting 330 before that happened. Grayson Rodriguez, we had to fool another team into taking Grayson Rodriguez because without a physical, I was wrong. Well, I wasn't wrong. We're we're not there yet. But Grayson Rodriguez was the number one prospect in baseball. Okay, we had one darn pitching prospect in our flipping lives, figuratively speaking, and now he's hurt. Now he's injured with the Angels. It's just an Oriole thing that happens for some reason. It just doesn't seem to happen anywhere else but here, which is a shame. But yeah, I mean Adley Rutschman. Okay, look. I think he's driven in 13 or 14 runs since he's been back. He's hitting the ball out of the ballpark. This is Adley Rutschman. I think maybe he's got a new girlfriend. Who knows? But, at the end of the day, I mean, Adley Rutschman really struggled from the All-Star break 2024 until he just came back from the from an injury. Or I guess before his injury, he was swinging the bat pretty well. Look, the Orioles, obviously, as you could see, they need an Adley Rutschman. He has practically been carrying the team, him and Jeremiah Jackson. I mean, we'll see how it plays out. But again, yeah, no, his draft picks, for real. You have who I love, by the way, Jackson Holiday. He's got a hamate bone issue. He's got a tendon problem that's rubbing up against the bones, or whatever the doctor said. He can't even swing the bat, but he's being reinstated for his seems like never-ending rehabilitation, right? But I mean, again, if you take him, Cowser, and Kerstad, et cetera, they're not McGonigal, right? Right. I mean, it's a shame. Really is. You only have one more point, folks. You only have so much time in the barrel, right? You win when you can. 2023, you go out and get Corbin Burns. Then you dump uh Keston Kerstad, Colton Cowser. I don't care about your future. If we had a World Series in 2023, we wouldn't be so sour now. Think about that, folks. Think about that. All right. So that was a fun fact, and we do appreciate it. Who is next here? Michael Mason, 9891. How do we go from 100 plus wins and the best farm system to this? Surely isn't all Elias, but certainly a bad look on the GM. And that's what I told you, Michael Sullivan. That, hey, man, no, I don't care if it's his fault or not. It's his fault. All right. He's the point guy, right? When a team doesn't win, they fired a manager. They fired a general manager. I mean, they generally don't fire they don't fire Gunnar Henderson. All right, they're not going to fire Pete Alonso. And yeah, I mean, look, folks, to all you Mike Elias lovers out there, and I'm not saying that I dislike him, but what I am saying is the fella has had a reasonable time now. I'm not saying to win a World Series. That's very difficult, right? But to go from 100 wins, and they didn't play particularly poorly in 2024. They went to the postseason. To get swept out of two postseasons, to have an embarrassing season, which was 2025, and now a game, I think it's a game below 500. Of course the fans aren't happy. And you raise the ticket prices because you did $600 million worth of work to the scoreboard. What a shame. What a shame. Next, Gerald Perry, 6578. Now it's Drew French's problem. Wake up, people, please. Keep signing Greg Maddux is tight. We need top-rated pitchers, not nibbling pitchers who have no control. Clown show. Why in God's name they signed Chris Bassett? Record. Internet. I didn't like it. I'm sorry. I didn't like it. Yeah, I got it. I saw the game yesterday. Yeah, I got it. Did you see the 4 before that? I mean, come on now. I understand he barely got through the 5th inning in Cleveland. Didn't pitch particularly poorly in his next start. and then pitched very well yesterday. I mean, God bless him. But Chris Bassett is going to get you to the postseason for $18 million. I throw the ball about as hard as he does, and I'm 57 years old. Horrible. I didn't like it. Sorry, I didn't like it. I wanted Framber, Ranger Suarez, Zach Gallen, all right near 3 or sub 3 ERAs right now. That's what I wanted. I pay him. Pay him. Crazy. Bradley Gay, 1-1. We love Bradley Gay here. I am just curious. Did the fan base not call for picking up 1 or 2 top line starters for the past 2 years, but Mr. Analytics may think he knows better than everybody else? Well, he makes a lot more money than we do. I got to give him that. I have got to give him that. I'm shocked. I am. And if the brilliant Michael Sullivan were here, you know what he would say? He would say, well, they didn't. Well, they didn't. They didn't. He's right. They didn't. But Ryan Ripken, I listen to his show from time to time. Look, let me explain a little something about Ryan Ripken. Ryan, if you're watching, love to have you. I think Ryan does his show either at the warehouse or he's got an office in the warehouse. And if he does, and his father does, okay, he knows things, right, that your average podcaster doesn't. And he said the Orioles were close on Framber Valdez. The Orioles were close on Ranger Suarez. Where'd they go? Ranger Suarez went to Boston, and Framber Valdez went to Detroit, and Zach Gallen signed back home for $22 million. So we gave Chris Bassett 18. We couldn't give 22 to Gallen. Much younger. Boy, oh boy. Couldn't tell you. A good question, though, Bradley. Good question, sir. What do we got next here? We have Tony Claremont. These starters would be 3, 4s, 5s on any other staff if they wanted any of them. Bradish is washed. Let me tell you why I don't think Bradish is washed for 2 reasons. One, he's throwing 98 miles an hour. All right. I mean, if you're injured, you're not getting it up there to 9. Woodruff, I think it was Woodruff yesterday, was topping out at 85. He had to come out of the game and has to get imaging. All right. He's throwing about 98 miles an hour. And last season, when he came back from Tommy John surgery, he pitched extremely well. So, I mean, if it's an issue, it just doesn't look like it. Looks like a command problem. Now, getting back to the frontline starters, basically what Mike Elias did was this. He depended or expected and had us dependent upon Trevor Rogers, who's never pitched a full season, Kyle Bradish coming back from Tommy John surgery. He gives a $5 million contract or 5-year contract to a pitcher who also had Tommy John surgery. He brought a $10 million pitcher back, Zach Eflin, which I didn't hate. That's a bad loss. Him coming back from surgery, and either Dean Kramer, Cade Povich, or Brandon Young. So here's basically what our pitching staff looks like right now. Bradish, Baz, Brandon Young, Cade Povich. Right. And did I say Bradish, Povich, Young, Baz, and Bassett? There you go. Cade Povich and Brandon Young are pretty much your 4 or 5 guy now, right now. Is that what you envisioned in February? Because I didn't. I thought it was going to be Rogers, Valdez, Rogers, Suarez, Bradish, Eflin. And then you could bury Bassett somewhere else. But $18 million, and you could have got somebody else for 20. And they didn't. Probably 22. What's the difference? These guys are all trillionaires. Don Smith has a long one here, so let's see if I can hurry through it. Baz was the nail in a coffin for Elias. Command issues continue. The bullpen will be a mess if we can't get 5-6 from starters. I heard so much about Albie was going to, and let me see if I can read the rest of this. Albie was going to, lost my darn place. Oh, Albie was going to get the O's creating runs. We haven't seen that at all. And the K's are horrible and hard to watch. I'm gonna address this one. I like this one. The defense was expected. We knew it was going to be atrocious, and it has been. This is a roster problem. Did Elias really bet on Cowser recovering his offense? Michael Sullivan, if you're watching, see what I mean? Look at these mistakes that were made. Not getting a frontline starter, not considering what happens if somebody gets hurt, not considering that neither Bradish nor Trevor Rogers were number one starters. And I'm talking, I got it. I saw Trevor Rogers pitch last year, and it was a big sample size. Okay, that still does not make him Roger Clemens, all right? And as far as what I assume that when he says, I heard so much about how Craig Albernaz, Albie, was going to get the O's creating runs. I assume was that bunting, stealing, that type of thing, manufacturing runs. No, I haven't seen it either. 3-run homer. The defense was expected. And I mean, that's a shame. The Orioles have been known for their defense. And, Colton Cowser, folks, if I had a conversation with Mike Elias, you know what I would tell him? I would say, Mr. Elias, what don't you know? What don't you know? Have you not been watching the same baseball games I've been watching, sir? Really? Mr. Elias, come on the show, sir. Come on the show. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. I'm not ESPN. I'm not Masson, but the fans are here, sir. The fans are here who spend the money at the ballpark. Come on the show and address some of these matters, sir. It's incumbent upon you. The fans are what matters, sir. And yeah, I mean, Colton Cowser is obviously struggling to a point where he's lost his job to Dylan Beavers. He's not hitting that well either. And he was the opening day center fielder that we were told. And he was out there for 4 games before they took. I didn't see that he was that bad out there, really. He isn't. I just don't see that it's beneficial for him as a person, as a player, as an employee, for you guys to send him out there or keep him on the bench when he sees more off-speed pitches. Did you know that, folks? He sees statistics and analytics, and Mike Elias, you know this. He sees more off-speed pitches than any other player in baseball. Why? Jim Palmer would tell you don't have to throw him a fastball. He'll swing and miss at the off-speed pitches. That is really a shame. That's really a shame. We got Ace Smith. Get rid of him now and rebuild. Ace, I don't know about you, sir, but I'm going to speak for myself here, Ace. I can't sit through another rebuild. I can't do it. I'd rather just see Gunnar Henderson and just lose than get into some kind of another rebuild here with another general manager and another. I don't think I have enough Oriole fandom in me to do it again. We're stuck. And it's going to be years of being stuck right where we are until the Orioles next season go out and sign a starting pitcher for 8 years, $350 million, and another one for 5 years, $207 million, or you're never going to win. Bottom line, and I got it. I know what that sounds like, but as Billy Bean once said, adapt or die. Ken Milkener, a refresher course for Cowser and Norfolk is not a bad idea. Wow. Ken, can't say I didn't say that 7 seconds ago. Boy, oh boy, folks. I mean, here's the thing. You got a player who was runner-up rookie of the year. I thought he was rookie of the year. I just don't like when pitchers when we're rookie of the year. And he was injured. the second game of the season, diving into first base. Hey, he was hustling. Nah, yeah, I'm not going to knock him for that. I'm not going to say it was stupid. He was hustling. And you have now a player who cannot hit. He can't hit. He can't hit. Sorry, Colton. And I like you, Colton. Here's what I'm going to do. If you see this, Cals, this is a favor I'm going to ask you. I want you to subscribe. I want you to click the notification bell, and I want you to go back to my episodes. Nobody, no commentator, no analyst, Mr. Cowser, has gone to bat for you, no pun intended, more than I have. I told him to leave you in center field. I told him to leave you in the lineup. And unfortunately, it's you being up here right now, not being able to hit off-speed pitches, sir, is not doing you or the team any good. It really isn't. And that's unfortunate. Next here we have Debbie Ellis. Stay. Colton Cowser. Stay. He belongs with the team. And they gave most of them away already. Don't let any more go. Debbie, I appreciate you writing in. Give me a second on this one. Debbie, they let the good ones go. Kyle Stowers. Here's the thing. Now, some people could say, well, Rossano, yeah, I mean, you don't like Kyle Stowers because he's good now. I didn't want that trade. 2024 trade deadline day. Facebook Live. Joe Rossano said, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. You know, I'll tell you one thing I said. You see the movie Wolf of Wall Street? Remember when the guy was cleaning his fish tank? And the guy says, hey, you clean your fish tank today? And then he goes, on new issue day, this is what you do. On new issue day. I said that to Mike Elias. At the trade deadline, this is what you do. Trevor Rogers, okay. Let's say Trevor Rogers comes back. He pitches to a 3.4 ERA. 3.4. I'm not saying 2.4. I said 3.4. That was worth the trade. But, you know, you couldn't trade really a Kerstad or one of those guys because I knew Stowers. That's what I said, 2024. I'm going to try to get this footage. I said, if you give Kyle Stowers 500, 600 at bats, he's going to the All-Star game in 2 years. I was a year ahead of schedule. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate that. Here we go. We got Richard Price, too. To send him down to AAA to get his bat right. He's hitting below 200 and is an automatic out when he's in the lineup. You're right, Richard Price, too. Richard Price the second. You're right, sir. I wished I could tell you you were wrong. I wished I could tell you that, but you're not. You're right. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, folks, Colton Cowser is, I don't know if it's mental. You know, because that's the thing. You always hear about that in baseball. It's mental. It's a mental game. I think it's in his head now. I think think about this, okay? You are runner-up rookie of the year. All right. You're married to a Dallas Cowboys cheerleader. I couldn't resist. Cal's, that's nothing but love there, brother. Believe me. Us guys, yeah. Bravo, Cals. I think he's like, hey, look, man, you know, goodness. You think the fact that he gets sees the most off-speed pitches in anybody in baseball. Do you think Joe Rossano is the only person who knows that? Do you think guys who use Chat GPT are the only ones that know that? He knows that. Mike Elias knows that. Craig Albernaz knows that. Adley knows that. Okay, the Bat Boy knows that. And I mean, think about that. Put yourself in his place. If I went up to the plate, I'd be like, oh my God, please, one fastball. Please don't throw me any more of those change-ups. People are watching. I'm going to lose my darn job here soon. So, yeah, I would imagine. Now, Brian Roberts, during one of the broadcasts, said something I thought was very intelligent, and I can't imagine they haven't tried it, is have Colton Cowser sit on off-speed pitches. Pretend like most hitters go up there, they look for the fastball. Go up there and look for the changeup. Pretend it's a fastball. That's what I would tell him to do. Go look for a changeup. Thank you, Richard. Appreciate that, sir. So who do we have here? We have Fresh Bone 44. Where you at, Fresh Bone? There we are. I think it's reasonable to question the philosophy of any front office who doesn't think defense matters. I remember when, I guess, I don't want to say it was Earl Weaver's time, but Davy Johnson, certainly, where Johnny Oates, the late Johnny Oates, rest in peace, said, hey, pitching and defense up the middle, pitching and defense. And that was the Orioles' philosophy. Anybody who was in my age range remember this. Palmer, Flanagan, McGregor. All right. It went from Aparicio to Belanger to Cal Ripken to Mike Bordick. I mean, that's four shortstops, or probably four of the best shortstops defensively ever played this game. You had Brooks Robinson here, Robbie Alomar here, Paul Blair here, and this is where we are right now. Gunnar Henderson, not a bad shortstop, but we don't have gold glovers all over the place, and third base, pretty important position to play defense. It was nice to see the 3-run bombs that Colby Mayo hit, and that's a thing I just want to touch on real quick. Toby Mayo has not played that poorly at third base. I mean, look, I mean, again, he's no Manny Machado, right? But I mean, nothing glaring. He's made a few mistakes, but he's also, every time he makes a good play, nobody says a word. He makes a bad play, everybody's mad at him. So, yeah, I think it's reasonable to question the philosophy. You bet I do. You bet I do. And I appreciate that. That was in the chat. Thank you, Fresh Bone. Please keep watching. Please, folks. Fresh Bone, Richard, Debbie, Ace, if you're out there, Don Smith. We love Don Smith. We love Bradley Gay. Sorry. I throw the metal sign for you, Bradley. There were a few folks out there. Shut yo mouth. How could you not like him? Guys, not only can I ask you to please kindly click the subscribe button, like, share, comment, click the notification bell, all latest episodes of Joe Rossano's Orioles Report with the brilliant Michael Sullivan, the handsome Matt Faulkner. But can you share my episodes like on Facebook and stuff like that, and YouTube and TikTok and stuff with your friends? For some reason, there's like this algorithm, and the algorithm really likes that stuff. I love bringing you Oriole baseball stuff, and I'm going to continue. And I got to tell you, folks, before I end today, let me say this. Thank you so much, everyone. Really. A lot of followers, a lot of fans. Thousands of questions and comments, and you are kind enough to tune in to watch your pal Joe Rossano. And don't think that Michael, Matt, and I don't appreciate it. We certainly do. Let me see. Maybe I could squeeze a few more in for you, since I just asked y'all for a favor. Let me see if I can get a couple of more in here. Let's see. Give me a second, because I'm going to have to go dig these up, because some of them are just like, one word, you suck. No, I'm just kidding. Or they suck. I get that one from time to time. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I mean, I get, you'd be surprised what the folks say to me sometimes. Doesn't bother me, but, again, let's see here. Let's see if I could dig. I really would like to. I'd like to answer just a couple of more. Let's see here. Let me see if I could. I got one more here. Bear with me. I'll put this in the chat so everybody can see it. Nope, sorry, wrong one. My fault. Robert Thomas. The baseball is going to come across the plate or outside, regardless of who's pitching. It should not make any difference. I suppose, except the movement's a little different from Jacob deGrom to Joe Rossano. I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying, but it all depends on who throws the darn ball, in my opinion. I mean, that's easy enough, I suppose. Let me see. Okay, Jackson Holiday. Let's if any of you recall, I said, hey, did we trade him for a frontline starter? That was just a question. I didn't say do it. Matter of fact, do not trade Jackson Holiday. Do not trade Jackson Holiday. But let's see what some of the folks said. Some of the folks were, I guess, not as forgiving as I have been. So let's see. What do we got here? Okay, so Kevin Weber, if they wanted to trade for a top pitcher, then they should have traded Jackson Holiday 2 to 3 years ago when he had value. I'm guessing you buy stocks and then you sell them after they plummet. Kevin Weber. I dig it, Kevin. If I wrote a book, brother, I'd sign it and send it over to you, brother. Man, I mean, I get it. I get it. But I mean, look, his last name's Holiday, right? It's like your last name being Ripken. You don't have to be that good. No offense, Ryan. I'm just joking. Rip, I'm joking. Love to have you on. Let me see here. Let me see if I can get. Let me get. This is going to be the last one. I think somebody wrote a long one here, so I might have to break this one up. So let's see what this nice person said. There we go. Yeah. See, Louis Peter Pietro Giacomo. Sorry about that. Hell no. He's going to be an elite player. What most people don't know is a kid that young takes time to develop. And him batting 250 last year, let me see, batting 250 last year for the first year is 10 points lower than Cal Ripken did in his full first year. You don't trade a player like that. They are doing bad. You develop them and make them better. But most people want instant gratification. It doesn't work that way. Wow. I'm glad I ended with this one, Louie, because you're right. Hey, fans, let's all admit it. Because what is Joe Rossano's Orioles report? I've said this many times. Fans talking to other fans. This isn't massing, as you might be able to tell. All right. But this isn't the MLB network. But yeah, I mean, instant gratification. Yeah. What I have to say about that is we fans, if the Orioles win a game, they're the best. If they lose, fire them all. Now you guys, I'm not saying all of you, but some of you do that. And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, when things are going well, Elias, Adley, Gunner. All right, when things are going bad, trade him. That's just, maybe I'm only in tune with Oriole fans, but maybe that goes on everywhere. But, at the end of the day, folks, Colton Cowser, how about that? 23, 24, 25, now 26. That's 4 seasons. He can't hit. All right. Heston Kjerstad. I guess he's still with the organization. No, I'm kidding. I mean, he's either underway or starting a rehab assignment, right? That's 3 years. Okay. I mean, what is Louis, if you could put in the comments at some point, what's the threshold, sir? It's the threshold, Louis. I mean, 2 years? How long do you give a player? I get it. Some people thought, okay, Jackson Holiday, Samuel Basayo, same thing. I'll get to that one in a second. Some people thought Jackson Holiday was going to come up here, and he's Pete Rose. All right. Or, again, he's Robbie Alomar. Right? I could have told you he wasn't going to be. I said, don't bring that child up here yet, because the fans are crying for him. He didn't belong here in 2024. I don't care what anybody says. He didn't belong here. last season. I'm going to rub this in some people's faces. Um, Dylan Beavers, bring him up. Bring up Dylan Beavers. For some reason, sometimes when we bring up a young player, you think that it's going to be some diamond in the rough, right? And this young player we bring up is Barry Bonds. I can't believe it. Barry, he's back. No. Okay, Samuel Basayo, bring him up. Last season, I think he hit 179 while he was here. He's doing a little better this season. I'm thrilled to have him. I'm glad they signed him like that. He can flat out rake, but that happens every single season. Bring up Bradfield, folks. Come on. All right, Enrique Bradfield's going to come up here. And you know what? Some of you think he's going to steal 80 bases. He has to get on 80 times to steal 80 bases, and that's the problem. That's the problem right there. As always, O's fans, again, greatly appreciate it. Please click subscribe, like, share, comment, click the notification bell for our latest episodes of Joe Rossano's Orioles Report. As always, O's fans and my dearest friends, God bless you. Please, if the situation presents itself, adopt yourself a pet. Again, God bless you. For Michael Sullivan and Matt Faulkner, the handsome Matt Faulkner, the brilliant Michael Sullivan, I'm Joe Rossano. We'll see you next time. Thank you. And we are out.